And a few more rounds of breath for that audible exhale. And then we're going to gently move the legs. So your hands can be outside your legs, and you can use your hands as a guide or just let the arms hang out to the side. We're going to start with the right leg. Inhale, bring the right knee to point towards the ceiling. And then exhale, open the right knee out to the side. We'll do the same thing with the left inhale, left knee points towards the ceiling. Exhale, back out to the side. Let's do 2 more sets of this. Just letting the right knee close in, and then the left rolling through the sole of the foot, each side. And then when you're even with each set, let's just take time then just to bring both knees together. Okay, and then let's release our knees to the left, and we'll roll to the left side. You might tuck that left arm underneath your head or extend your left arm out along the floor. And then let's press into the palms, reach the hips to the floor, and slowly come on up to seated. And we'll unroll the mat if you rolled it up. And we're going to just do a very gentle twist. So go ahead and let your legs be off to the left side of your mat. And we're going to bring our hands to the ground. And you can really let those legs stack, left leg on top of right, or that left leg might go slightly in front of the right. And then what we're going to do is we're going to first just lower down onto those forearms. So you'll start to get a gentle twist in your lower spine, hopefully. And then what we can do is you could extend your arms all the way out along the mat like you would for a child's pose, and let your forehead come down onto the ground. And so here you might feel a stretch in your armpits. Okay, and then from here, let's slide those hands back underneath the shoulders, lift up the spine. Let's pass through a tabletop position. So you'll just bring those knees underneath you, and then bring your legs over to the right. And so once again, we can stack the right leg on top of the left, or let the right leg slide in front of the left. And we'll start to lower down onto those forearms, so you get that gentle twist in your lower back. And then you could stretch your arms out like you would for a child's pose, bringing your forehead to the ground if that's available. And just keep squeezing the legs together however they're stacked. Let's try 2 more breaths here. And then we're going to bring our hands back by our shoulders, lifting our spine up, and go ahead and bring those legs back underneath you. Let's move through some cow and cat spine here. So you can glance back at those legs, see your feet hidden behind your legs, and we'll start to move the spine. Breathe in, exhale, lift the spine to the sky, looking to your belly, breathing out. Slowly moving. Now you can stay in this sagittal plane, cat and cow spine, or we'll start to circle our hips so we can lengthen out the spine. We're going to bring our hips to our right heel, to our left heel, shift into the left palm and the right palm. We'll do a couple more. And as you're circling around, keep drawing your shoulder blades in towards the spine. After about 4 or 6, let's reverse. Exhale back, inhale forward. Let's thread our needle next. So we come back to that neutral tabletop. Breathe in, swoop the right arm or reach the right arm to the sky. Let's exhale, thread our right arm underneath the left armpit, either keeping the left hand by the shoulder, interlacing your left hand with your right, giving your right arm a tug, or you could send your left arm forward, Still drawing both shoulder blades down from the ears. You can feel your inner thighs draw in towards the center. And then we'll bring our left hand back by the shoulder, press into the palm and unthread your right arm, come back to tabletop. Left side, inhale, left arm up, exhale and thread. Keep lifting in those hips, right hand by shoulder, or interlace your right hand with your left, giving a pull, or that right arm could reach forward and draw the shoulder blades in towards the spine. Breathing here. And then let's bring our right hand by the shoulder, press into the palm, unthread your left arm. Okay, let's go ahead and we're gonna sit on the side of the right hip again. And this time we're gonna do kind of like mermaid legs. So we'll stack the legs. And if mermaid legs feels like too much, go ahead and spread the legs out a little bit more, kind of like pinwheel leg. So whichever one feels better for you. Could be pinwheel leg or stacking. But we want to try and keep both sit bones on the ground, so whatever you need to do that. So we're going to just do a threading. So you're going to shift into the left palm, reach the right arm up towards the sky. We're going to go back into that threading the needle. So exhale, right arm's going to go underneath the left armpit. That twist in the upper back. And then we're going to inhale, reach the right arm up towards the sky. We've got 2 more of those. Exhale, thread. Inhale, lift. And then we're going to exhale, thread, and we're going to do 4 little pulses. Right hand underneath the left armpit. 4, and exhale out as you pulse. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, swoop your right arm up. Exhale, switch out the palms, right hand to the ground, left arm to the sky. We're gonna do that same threading underneath the right armpit. So we exhale, twist now, left hand underneath the right armpit. Inhale and reach. Let's do 2 more. And we just wanna be mindful that the hips aren't wagging side to side as you're threading the arm. 3rd one, we go under, we're gonna do 4 pulses. Exhale, 4. Inhale, reach up. Now this time, you're going to bring both hands together in front of your heart, and then as gracefully as you can, you're gonna come up to your shins. And take your feet to the right and sit on your left hip. Or switching sides, whatever side you didn't do. Okay, and then from here, we're gonna reach the right arm up, left arm down again. We're gonna do that same thing, just feet are to the opposite side, just 3 of these. Exhale, reach, inhale, lift. And 2, let it feel good for your spine. Last one, we pulse 4 times. 4, 3, inhale, right arm up, then right arm comes down, left arm comes up. Exhale, we thread underneath the right armpit for 3, reaching up, exhale 2, reaching up, and 1, and then we pulse for 4, 3, 2, 1, inhale, reach. As you lift your spine up, bring your hands together in front of your heart. We come up onto those shins as gracefully as you can, and adjusting, we're gonna bring our hands down. Pinkies could go to the outer edge of the mat. Let's tuck our toes, let's go to our first down dog. Lift the knees off the mat a couple inches, and then move into straightening the legs. Bringing those biceps in line with ears. Let's paddle out those feet, reaching one heel to the floor and then the other. If you want to get into those calves and Achilles tendons a little more, hook your right first and second toe around the left heel or Achilles tendon. Stretching out that left calf a little more. And then we're going to switch, right foot down, left first and second toe around the right heel, pressing down, stretching out the calf. All right, let's step both feet down. Let's walk to our first Malasana. Look forward, step your feet outside your pinky fingers and drop your hips down. Hands could come to the heart, or you might extend those arms down. So you're reaching your hands down, fingertips towards the toes. And then we're gonna just shift from side to side, from one foot to the other. Okay, let's bring our hands down to the ground. Spin your heels out, toes in, stretching up those legs. Okay, a wide Ardha Uttanasana. So bring your hands just below your knees, at your shins. Push your shins into your hands as you lengthen your spine, look forward. Bring your heels of your hands up to your hip crease. Push your thighs, femurs into your hands as you look forward. And then bring your pelvis underneath you. Push your pelvis towards your hands. Bring your hips underneath you. Let's keep the legs wide as we first inhale. Reach up towards the sky. And then we exhale. Draw the hands down the center. Bring your hands to the floor. Place your left hand underneath your sternum. We're going to reach the right arm up towards the sky and bend the right knee. And you might bend and straighten that right knee a couple times. And then let's switch out the legs. Right hand down to the ground. Swoop your left arm up towards the sky. Once again, you could bend and straighten that left knee. Being mindful that that knee, the bent knee, is lining up with the last 4 toes. Okay, let's bring both hands down. We're going to go to a wide high plank here. So stepping your feet back to the outer edges of your mat. Good, and then let's take your time lowering down. If you need to lower down, knees touch, chin do, or just come onto your belly, uncurl your toes. Let's lift up our spine from here. So you can keep your feet wide to the outer edges of the mat if that feels okay on your back. Roll your shoulders down from your ears. Lift your sternum, lift your belly, and if it feels okay, the spine can stay long, go ahead and stretch your arms straight. Exhale, just lower down, torso to forehead, all the way to the mat. Let's do 2 more. Press the 10 toenails down, draw your shoulders back, lift your forehead, sternum, heart, belly draws to the spine. Exhale, we melt back down. Let's do 1 more. Inhale, lifting up. And exhale, let's lower down. Now we're gonna send the left arm forward. Let's roll to the left side for tree pose. Bring your right foot to your left inner thigh, Vrikshasana. If you're ready to extend the right leg, reach the right leg to the sky. You could try to touch your right hand to your right big toe. Let's bring our right foot to our left inner thigh. Come back onto our belly for a cobra with tree legs. Roll your shoulders back, lift your heart up, breathe in. Exhale, lower down, send your right leg back, right arm forward. Let's roll to the right side. Second side, find tree legs, left foot to the right inner thigh. And then you could try extending your left leg up towards the sky. For more balance, reach your left arm up towards the ceiling. Maybe you can grab your left big toe. Let's bring the left foot to the right inner thigh. Roll back onto the belly, hands outside the chest. Inhale, lifting up. Spine, exhale, lower down. Send your left leg back. Let's press back to child's pose. Straighten the arms and bring your hips back to your heels. And if you want to give yourself a little self-massage, make those fists with your hands to movement along the outer, just gentle tapping along the outer thighs, maybe into the lower back and the hips and the glutes. Okay, go ahead and lift up your spine. Let's go to our down dog again. So you're gonna bring your hands forward, tuck the toes, bring the knees underneath the hips. Bring the hips back towards the heels, stretch the legs, looking towards the feet. And if you enjoyed that pedaling out the feet, go ahead and try that for a couple more breaths here, and we'll go into some standing postures next. All right, let's start with the right leg. Inhale, lifting the right leg up towards the sky. Good, see the right big toe, pinky toe pointing down. And then exhale, step your right foot to your right thumb. Okay, let's lift up to crescent. If today you need to lower the left knee down too, but lift up your spine. And then we're gonna send our arms forward like we're offering something out. First, you're gonna just touch your shoulders and then extend. See how that range of motion feels good for you. Now, you could really get that moving, like you're scooping up some water, tossing it behind you and try to touch the back of your shoulder blades. And you can make that sound too. like you're blowing into a balloon. Yes. Now the next 3, you could add a knee tap. So as you tap your shoulders, knee down, inhale, lift. 2, and 1. Now we're gonna send both arms forward, palms face in. Pull your left hand back by your left shoulder as you spin your left heel down. Adjust the feet, which you might need to heel toe that right heel in line with the arch of the left. Let's pull back on that bow a little bit more. Your right thumb could lead towards the back of your mat for side stretch. Feel like with your right arm, right hand, that you're lifting up your right side body. Let it feel good on your neck. If it doesn't, look back at your left foot. And then let's lead with the right hand. Left hand follows. Left hand comes down to the ground. Right hand slides behind the head. Cradle the head. Look underneath your right armpit. Try 2 more breaths here. That gentle twist. And then we exhale, bring the right hand to the ground. We inhale, float the right leg to the sky. See the 5 toes point down, and exhale, right foot touches down to the ground. Left side, inhale, left leg lifts up, breathe in. Exhale, step your left foot to your left thumb, breathing out. And we'll lift up to lunge or tap the right knee down if you need to. First lifting the spine, then send the arms forward. So start with that range of motion, just tapping your fingers to your shoulders. You could extend it and swoop the arms back like you're scooping up water, tapping your shoulder blades, making that sound like you're blowing into a balloon. Next one, you can add the knee tap. So lowering the knee as your arms swoop back. 1 more. Okay, and then we're gonna send the arms forward. The palms are facing in. You're gonna pull back on that right arm, spinning your right heel down. So we've got that warrior 2. You might adjust the feet so the left heel is in line with the arch of the right. And then we're gonna lean back. Lead with your left thumb, leaning back. That left arm is just stretching out that left side body. Now, we're gonna cartwheel the arms. So let that arrow go. Bringing your right hand down inside your left foot. Just cradle the base of your neck with your left hand, and then look underneath your left armpit for this twist. 2 more breaths here. Look down to the ground, frame your left foot, and inhale, swoop your left leg back. Inhale, exhale, set your left foot down. Okay, from here, let's go back to Malasana pose. So you're gonna step your feet outside your pinky fingers. Exhale out, drop those hips down. Shifting from one foot to the other. And then we'll bring our hands down to the ground. Spin your heels out. Let's do that side to side twist again. So left hand underneath the sternum. Reach your right arm up towards the sky. Bend your right knee. Switch it out. Right hand underneath the sternum. Swoop your left arm up towards the sky. Bending your left knee. Left hand comes to the ground. Both legs straighten. Your hands come below your knees at your shins, upper shins. Push the shins into the hands as you look forward. Bring your heels of your hands up to your hip crease. Keep pressing your thighs forward. Inhale, start to lift the spine. Bring the pelvis underneath you. And then stepping your feet together, Tadasana. Prasarita A. Have a block near you. I can't remember if you guys have blocks or not. If not, don't worry about it. If you want some, I'm gonna offer half moon if you want to bring the floor up closer to you. Just having something underneath you, starting at the front of your mat. So we're gonna turn to face the long side of your mat and bring your heels to the back edge for our first Prasarita A. Bring your hands to your hips, pull your elbows back, lift your sternum up, and fold forward. Keep moving your shins and your femur bones forward as you fold, hands underneath the shoulders. If it's available, you could dive those arms through the legs to bring the top of the head down. Keep breathing into your belly. Okay, when you're ready, bring your hands underneath your shoulders, bring your hands to your hips, lift up your spine. We're gonna come to that God or Goddess pose. Spin your heels in and your toes out. We're gonna just transition from some warrior twos and parshvas to half moons from here. So hands could be together in front of the heart. First, we shift from one foot to the other. And feel like your pelvic bowl has water in it and it's swaying from one side to the other. Now, we're gonna stay to the right foot, spin your left heel out, your left toes in, and we find that warrior two. Now, thumbs could come to the forehead. Thumbs could trace along the skull to come to that C7 behind the head, lifting the elbows towards the sky. Bring the hands back in front of the heart. Pull that bow back with the left arm, sending your right arm out. Bend your right elbow to side angle, stretch right forearm to thigh. You could keep lifting the left elbow, lower it down to extend the left arm in line with hip, or start to reach that right arm inside the right leg, more traditional side angle stretch. Hugging your right arm and right inner leg together. Let's pull back with that left elbow to bring the left hand to shoulder as you reach up. Straighten your right arm, straighten your right leg, reach your right arm to the sky. We bend down to warrior two. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. God or Goddess pose. Spin your left heel in, left toes out. Spin your right heel out, right toes in. Again, from that warrior two, we trace the thumbs to the forehead, over the top of the head to the C7, lifting through the elbows. Bring the hands back in front of the heart. Let your right hand come to your right shoulder, chest, extend your left arm out. Setting up for that bow and arrow to side angle, left forearm to thigh. You could keep lifting your right elbow, lower it down. That left arm could lower inside the left leg, extending. Full parshva, reach your right arm overhead. Feel the stretch from your right fingertips to right toes. You're gonna come up to standing from that right elbow. Inhale, bring the hands together in front of the heart, and then reach your left arm up towards the sky, straightening your left leg, okay? We come back down into that warrior two, hands together in front of the heart. Come back to your goddess pose, God or Goddess pose, spinning your heels in, your toes out. Move those hips. Now we're gonna just try a variation of half moon, so if you're ready for it. So you're gonna spin your back heel out, your back toes in. You're gonna move towards that front leg, whatever front leg is for you. Try to pick up your left leg. Come into that standing balance. We wanna think the outer legs pressing out, the inner thighs squeezing in, and breathing. When you're ready to come out of it, come back to your two, but bring that prop with you if you're using a prop. We'll straighten the legs and we'll just transition with straight legs to go to the other side. You could preset that prop or bring it with you as you push off your right foot, stepping into the left, come into your half moon balance. Feel the outer legs pressing out, inner legs. Feeling that yin and that yang in the balance. When you're ready, bring the block with you, prop with you, step back as gracefully as you can into your right foot. Lift up your spine. Now bringing that block in, we're gonna go to another Prasarita A. So hands in front of the heart, and then you could send the block out and then fold forward. Now, block could be on the third level. This could be nice if your head isn't touching the ground today, or your prop could be underneath your head. And maybe the head will touch the prop and maybe it doesn't, that's okay. You can start to shift to your ball mounds of your feet, which might bring the head closer to the ground. All right, we're gonna try one more standing balance flow, which will be eagle pose. So let's lift up our spine and we're gonna just set that block to the front edge of your mat. We're gonna go through some crescents into our eagle. So hands could be to the hips as you lift up your spine. We're gonna transition back to the warrior two. So you're gonna spin your right heel in, your right toes out. Now, we're going to guide the right shoulder back, left shoulder hip forward. Spin onto the ball mount of your left foot. Hands could stay at heart for those eagles. So when you're ready, push off your left foot and swing your left leg around to either straighten that right leg or sit into your chair, lifting the left toes up, squeezing the inner thighs together, full eagle. Bring your right arm over the left. Gentle hug, gentle breath, just like you're effortlessly sitting in a tree. Now let's slide the left leg back. Okay, let's go through that God or Goddess pose, spinning your left heel in, spinning your right heel out. Let's come to that crescent. So we'll uncross the arms, let the hands meet together in front of the heart. We guide our left shoulder back, left hip back, as right shoulder, right hip moves forward. Take your time, push off your right foot, swoop your right leg over your left, straight leg on the left, or bending to sit into that eagle. And then that left arm can come on top of the right. Breathing here. Take your time, stepping your right foot back, spinning your right heel down, come back to that pose, God pose, Goddess pose. Straighten your legs, uncross the arms. Heel toe those feet in, step or hop your feet together. And then we're gonna move down to the mat, to the floor. So coming to the front of your mat, bring your hands together in front of your heart. Again, you can slide those thumbs to the forehead, over the skull to the C7, lifting up your elbows. And then exhale, let the hands come forward in front of the heart, forward fold, hands to the ground. Let's do some Hanumanasana, so bending your knees, come down onto your shins. If you need any sort of prop, just bring it near you. We're going to send the right leg forward and lift up your right toes. And then yeah, if you have anything that you'd like to lift yourself up away from the mat at all, could be nice. And we're just spreading all 10 toes. Let's internally, externally rotate that right heel and hip. Just feeling some freedom in there. And then the leg, and then if you want to try sending your right leg further out, coming into that split, you could, but not required. See if there's a little more space available. Try about 3 more breaths here. If you're feeling a lot of heat building up, you could exhale out the mouth. And that Kali or dragon's breath. Now we're going to come out of this. So when you're ready, lift up your hips, slide your right leg back. This could just be cow and cat spine, hips back, heart forward, rounding, or you could extend all the way to a down dog, coming back onto your knees. We'll go to the second side, Hanumanasana, bringing your left foot forward, extending your left leg out. Use any props you'd like, lifting up the left toes, internal, external rotation with that left leg, feeling that heel to hip connection. And then we can slide the left leg forward if you want to lower the hips down at all. And again, if you start to feel the heat building up, come to your dragon or Kali's breath, letting it go. Inhale through the nose, sticking out the tongue, exhaling out. Try a couple more breaths here. Okay, when you're ready, let's lift up the hips, slide the left leg back, come to your child's pose again. Set any props to the side you might be using. Again, we can do that to Potment, make fists with your hands, and gentle tapping along the outer legs, lower back and kidneys. You might even make a sound. Okay. Press your palms down, let's roll up through the spine, stacking one vertebra at a time. Let your head come up last. We're gonna sit on the side of one hip to bring those legs forward. We're gonna go into flowing bridges next. Or if you're feeling like more of a supported bridge, if you wanna put that pillow prop underneath your pelvis, you can. So just take your time coming back onto your back, massaging your back one vertebra at a time. Just like the beginning of practice, once you arrive, you could reconnect a hand to the heart, hand to the belly. Sending breath into the upper and lower part of the body. All right, only if you're ready to go into some flowing bridges, you could, if you're not doing supported bridge, you could take that prop and bring it between the thighs to connect to Mula Bandha, widen your lower back and sacrum. Feel your thumbs outside your hips. Step into those feet and peel up lower spine, middle spine, upper spine. Breathing in and breathing out, massaging the spine back down, upper spine, middle spine to lower spine. Try 2 more if that's feeling good. You could stay up a little longer, more active bridge if you are flowing. Or just slide that prop underneath your pelvis if you're going into that supported bridge. Good. Okay, and then let's go to windshield wiper knees here. So just very gently moving your knees from side to side, releasing your lower back. Okay, from here, let's bring the knees back to center. Let's exhale, hug the knees into the chest. Exhale, forehead starts to come towards knees, and start to press your legs into your hands as you rock forward and back, coming all the way up to seated. We're gonna go to some Kapotasanas now, so pigeon. So again, if you wanna use that prop underneath your pelvis, great. We'll start with the right leg forward, left leg back, which could be in pinwheel, or send your left leg back along the mat. You could always roll up your mat too if you want that support underneath your pelvis. Okay. Just like we did at the beginning of practice, when you're ready, exhale, come down onto your forearms. If it's available, you might stretch those arms out and then stack your fists underneath your forehead. Feel for a little more space in your spine. And so that wagging of the hips from side to side could feel nice. Just creating an even stretch on the right and left side of the body. And if you are wanting to lift the spine up, go ahead and lift the torso up. We can bend the left knee, bring the left heel towards the left hip, and try to catch that left foot in the left hand. And if you too catch the foot, you can start sliding that foot into the elbow crease, left elbow crease, holding the shin, or you can touch the back of your head, whatever feels better for your shoulder. Try a couple more breaths here. Make sure there's no pain in your back. And then just gotta transition through Janushirshasana before we go to the second side. So release the left leg, lift up your spine. If you're still folding, we swing the left leg forward for Janushirshasana. Bring your right foot to your left inner thigh, lifting your spine, and we fold. Ribs to thigh, nose to knee, forehead to shin. Hands can touch the left foot or just cradle around that left leg as you breathe here. Just keep breathing into your belly and find ways that you could either shift your hips or sway your spine in that S shape. that twist here. Inhale, lift up the spine. Grab your right knee, pick your right knee up towards the sky. Cross your right foot outside your left thigh and tuck your left leg underneath you if you'd like to do knee pile or that Fisher person's pose. We twist to the right. Bring your left arm outside your right leg and look over your right shoulder. Now we untwist. We're going to grab onto that right hamstring. You could use a strap if you've got it, or grab the right toes, so wherever you can hold your right leg. And then try to lower your right leg down so you come forward towards the front of your sit bones a little bit more and the spine is lifted. We're going to release that right leg down with control. Send your left leg out. So two options. One, you could do dance.This staff pose, pressing through the palms. Two, you could slide those hands further back behind the hips, lifting the chest. Three, reverse plank or table. Inhale, lifting up. If you're doing plank, make sure those 10-toe pads are on the ground. After 2 or 3 breaths, bring your hips down and bring your spine forward. Bring your right leg back, left leg forward. We go to pigeon, second side. Use any props underneath your pelvis that might feel supportive. Send that right leg out if you'd like, and then lower down onto your forearms, just like at the beginning. You can stretch your arms out to feel that stretch in your spine, and then just retract back to bring those fists underneath the forehead, keeping the head slightly above or in line with your pelvis. Just focus that breath in the belly. Again, if you feel any sort of excess heat building up that you'd like to release, you can exhale out the mouth and stick out your tongue. Okay, and then you could try to lift up in this pigeon. Inhale, lifting your spine up. We might bend that right knee if you are lifting the spine, bringing the right heel to shoulder. You could reach back to grab that foot with your right hand. Start guiding your right heel to shoulder. You could slide your right foot into the elbow crease, holding your right lower shin, or maybe your right fingertips touch the back of the head. And just a few more breaths wherever you are in this posture. And let's release the right leg, lift the spine, and sit on your left hip for down your second side. Send the right leg forward, lifting the spine. Take your time forward, folding ribs to thigh, nose to knee, forehead to shin. Breathing. As you inhale, lift up your spine, pick up your left knee. Let's do Fisher person pose. Crossing the left foot over the right leg, tucking the right foot under, leg under, and we'll do twist. Squeeze the thighs, bring your right arm outside your left leg, look over your left shoulder. Now we'll extend the leg, untwist the spine, hold onto your hamstring. You could extend your left leg out. You could reach for that left foot and then lower the left leg down just to come more onto the front of your sit bones, lifting the spine. Lower your left leg down with control. Send your right leg out, dance.This staff pose. Palms could press down outside your hips as you lift the spine. More chest opener, slide those hands back, lifting the heart up. Reverse plank or tabletop, lifting your pelvis up. 2 to 3 breaths here. Toe pads on the ground if the pelvis is lifted. We're gonna exhale, lower the hips down, and rock forward. We're gonna come back onto our belly. Have your prop near you. We're gonna do half frog. So you're gonna swing your legs around, come onto your belly. And we're gonna start on the left side. So prop to the left side. And you're gonna bend your left knee up 90 degrees. So either having that prop underneath your left inner knee or more of your inner shin. And then use your left hand to massage your left thigh down from your rib cage. So just using the heel of your hand and pressing that thigh away, just to get that left knee and hip in a 90-degree angle. Okay, once you've done that, arms could be in cactus pose, letting your head look to one side, or it could feel better to stack the forearms underneath the forehead. And as you're focusing, sending breath into the lower belly, feel how that breath can also travel into the inner thighs. Let's go to the second side. So you can hold that prop as you slide your left leg back. Move the prop to the right. Bend your right knee, 90-degree angle using your right heel of hand. And then just massage that right thigh down from the rib cage, creating that 90-degree angle with the knee and the hip. From there, cactus arms, head looking to the opposite side if you're looking to a side, or stacking the forearms underneath the forehead. Breathe into your belly. Feel how that belly breath can move into the inner thighs. Now, bring your right hand on that block or prop to send your right leg back. Set that prop to the side, bend both knees up, windshield wiper legs. Just exhale, release to one side. Inhale, center, exhale, release to the other side. Adding the head to look to the opposite side that the feet are swaying. You're either going to extend the legs back to child's pose or roll to one side, fetal position. Okay, and then let's press into the palms and slowly come on up to seated. Let your head come up last. Okay, let's go to a fish pose from here, which will take us into Shavasana. So you could bring your hands underneath your pelvis. Bring your forearms onto the ground. Squeezing your legs together like a fishtail. Toes could point to the ceiling as chest puffs up. Release your head back. We want to have the head touching the ground, so you might extend your elbows out to have that happen today. If you'd like this posture to be active, you could alternate lifting one leg and then the other. The heel that stays on the ground presses down about 5%. Now, when you feel complete with this, go ahead and tuck your chin into your chest, come onto your spine, rotate your palms up towards the sky. Check in with yourself if there's anything else you'd like to do for practice. And maybe you want an even more restorative and gentle inversion. You could bring your legs up a wall or a couch. And we'll just scan some areas of the body to relax the body a little bit more. First, relaxing those physical eyes back into the sockets. As you relax your eyes, you could Gently move your eyes to the left and to the right a couple times. To the upper lid and to the lower lid a couple times. You can circle the eyes to the right a couple times and then to the left a couple times. And then letting the physical eyes relax as the mind's eye continues to be softly open. Soften around the collarbones. Soften the wrists. Soften the sternum. Softening the bottom rib. Softening the top of your pelvis. Softening the inner thighs. Softening the inner and outer knee. Softening the inner ankles. Softening the space between all 10 toes. Continue to soften and receive as you rest for a few moments. Resting. Come out of Shavasana today, receiving on the left side, releasing, giving, letting go on the right. So, starting with the left hand and left foot, as you inhale, feel like you draw breath in through the left side of your body. It arrives in that center line, the Sushumna, and then moves out the right side of the body, the right hand, the right foot. Do that a couple times. Maybe kind of allow the breath to move around in a sphere around the body, still staying with the left side receiving, the right side releasing, giving, letting go. Notice maybe you arrive right back at your center. Time for more visible movement, visible stretches. Okay, roll to the right side, fetal position. to seated and bring your hands together in front of your heart, and can just honor and give gratitude for arriving at another change of the seasons, the transition of the seasons, the fall equinox coming this weekend, celebrating all that has grown, new gifts, new ideas, new experiences from those seeds we planted in the spring, and might even been seeds that were planted for us, but recognizing gifts that came from those seeds. Celebrating the abundance. And with that harvest seeking with us, and we wish to nourish us into the winter. And then releasing anything that you're not bringing with you to the earth. Thank you for sharing your practice. Namaste.